Did you tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files?
And we have released where President Trump's name is in the
It's a simple question.
file.
Did you tell the Attorney General that the President's name is in the Epstein files?
During many conversations that the Attorney General and I have had on the matter of Epstein, we have reviewed.
The question is
painstakingly
simple.
Who
Did you tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files? Yes or no?
Why don't you try spelling it out
Yes
if you're going to
or
mock me?
no, Director?
Use the alphabet.
Mr. Chairman, I ask unanimous consent to submit two sets of documents. The first is a series of emails from the victims of Jeffrey Epstein. They are making FOIA requests to get their own FBI files and not having any success. So I want to bring attention to that by submitting that to the record. The second document that I want to submit to the record, for the record, I know we don't usually read these. This one's not readable. It's completely redacted. For the most part, the first 50 pages. This is actually the search warrant that was served on James O'Keefe for a diary that he had already given to the government 2 months before. And as it turns out, there were no indictments here, yet he still doesn't know why he was raided, and I think he deserves to know. So,
Without objection.
Thank you.
The chair now recognizes the gentleman from California.
Director, the first time you saw Donald Trump's name was in the Epstein files. Did you close the files or keep reading?
I have reviewed not the entirety of the files, so I have.
You haven't reviewed all of the Epstein files?
Personally, no.
You're the director of the FBI. This is the largest sex trafficking case the FBI has ever been a part of. Buck stops at the top, and your testimony today is you have not reviewed all of the files.
What I've been doing is been busy providing the safest country this country has seen in modern U.S. history in historic speed, because the men and women of the FBI are given the resources to reduce the homicide rate, to reduce the drug trafficking rate, to reduce the amount of children that are being trafficked, and the number of pedophiles.
It sounds like those children being trafficked would appreciate the director reviewing the files. You said you don't know the number of times Trump's name appears in the files, so it could at least be 1,000 times. Is that right?
The number is a total misleading factor. We have not released anyone's name that we have not released anyone's name in the Epstein files that has not been credible.
Director, could it at least be 1,000 times?
We have released every piece of legally permissible information.
Okay,
you can characterize the numbers however you want it.
Reclaiming my time, Director. It sounds like if you don't know the number, it could at least be 1,000 times. Which
It's not. It's not.
Is it at least 500 times?
No.
Is it at least 100 times?
No.
Then what's the number?
I don't know the number, but it's not that.
Do you think it might be your job to know the number?
My job is to provide for the safety and security of this country. My job is not to engage in political innuendo so you can go out to the sticks and get your 20-second hit in your fundraising article.
Director,
keep going, reclaiming your time, because the people of California are being underserved by your representation.
If the president is not implicated, why not release everything that involves him?
We have released everything, the president and anyone else's side, that is credible and lawfully be able to be released. Your fixation on this matter and baseless accusations that I'm hiding child pedophiles is disgusting. Anyone that says that needs to look at the stats alone and go back to the state of California, who's receiving the biggest surge in FBI resources through my redeployment, because the cities of Los Angeles, San Diego, and San Francisco need it.
Director, remembering your oath to tell the truth, did you ever tell Donald Trump his name is in the files?
I have never spoken to President Trump about the Epstein files.
Did you ever tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files?
The Attorney General and I have had numerous discussions about the entirety of the Epstein files and the reviews conducted by our team.
Did you tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files?
And we have released where President Trump's name is in the Attorney's file.
It's a simple question. Did you tell the Attorney General that the President's name is in the Epstein files?
During many conversations that the Attorney General and I have had on the matter of Epstein, we have reviewed.
The question is simple.
Who
did you tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files? Yes or no?
Why don't you try spelling it out if you're going to mock
me? Yes or no, Director?
Use the alphabet.
Yes or no?
No? A, B, C,
Director,
D, E, F?
it sounds like you don't want to tell us. Did you tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name was in the Epstein files?
Why don't you try serving your constituency by focusing on reducing violent crime in this country and the number of pedophiles that are legally harbored in your sanctuary cities in California? I'll work with you on that.
Regular order, Mr. Chairman.
Director,
I'm the gentleman from California.
Did you tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files?
The question has been asked and answered.
You've not answered it, and we will take your evasiveness as a consciousness of guilt. Director, Did Donald Trump ever say to you, just find and release the entire truth? Don't worry if I'm in it?
The instructions from the administration were to release all credible information, and we have done that.
Did Donald Trump ever provide information about Jeffrey Epstein as an informant?
Donald Trump has not been, and I can only speak for the FBI, an informant of the FBI.
So, Director, you've played this cute shell game where you say you can't release everything because the court has said that it legally is not allowed to be released, but the court calls bullshit. Judge Richard Berman said that when you went to the court, quote, information contained in the Epstein grand jury transcripts pales in comparison to Epstein investigation information and materials in the hands of the Department of Justice. So let's move on, Director. You wrote a book called Government Gangsters. You identified 20 individuals in that book. You put me on that list, at the top of the list. Thank you. My children find it flattering. 20 of those individuals have been investigated or have had adverse actions. Director, considering that you have identified these people as, quote, government gangsters, will you recuse yourself from making any investigation decisions about these individuals?
Anyone that has been terminated at the FBI has been done so
the
because
question
they failed
again,
to meet the muster in
Director,
their constitutional
I will
obligation.
work on the audio-visual capabilities.
I'm going to borrow your terminology and call bullshit on your entire career in Congress.
I'm reclaiming my time,
It has been a disgrace to the American
Director, I'm
people.
reclaiming my time.
You can reclaim your time all you want.
Mr. Chairman, you're going to allow a witness to speak, Mr. Chairman? Mr. Chairman, would you
recuse yourself, Director?
The gentleman has no time.
Mr. Chairman, would you admonish the witness not to insult members?
The gentleman has no time.
Mr. Chairman,
the
just
committee will remember.
Quick point of order. Could the gentleman be extended an additional 20 seconds to complete his thoughts, since the witness decided to interrupt him continuously?
And the witness will be able to respond if he wants. We'll make sure he has time to do that.
My question is, will you, Director, recuse yourself, yes or no, from investigating or making decisions about the 60 individuals, including myself, that you identified as government gangsters? Yes or no?
Time of the gentleman has expired. The witness may respond if he would like.
And the answer was no, as I heard.
Correct.
Okay.
At today's House Judiciary Committee hearing, Representative Eric Swalwell, Democrat, California, sharply questioned FBI Director Kash Patel about the handling of the Jeffrey Epstein files, the agency's transparency, and potential political bias in sensitive investigations. What began as a procedural submission of documents by another lawmaker quickly escalated into a heated, highly personal exchange that drew attention to the FBI's accountability and its handling of politically charged names within one of the most notorious criminal cases in recent history. The session opened with a congressman from Kentucky requesting unanimous consent to submit 2 sets of materials for the record. The first consisted of a series of emails from victims of Jeffrey Epstein who had filed Freedom of Information Act, FOIA, requests in an effort to obtain their own FBI case files, but who had reportedly received no meaningful response. The second was a heavily redacted copy of the search warrant executed against journalist James O'Keefe, concerning a diary that he had already voluntarily turned over to the government months earlier. The congressman argued that O'Keefe was unfairly targeted and that the lack of charges or explanation surrounding the raid deserved further scrutiny. When Swalwell took the floor, he immediately turned his questioning to Director Patel's personal oversight of the Epstein investigation. He described it as the largest sex trafficking case the FBI has ever been a part of, and pressed Patel to confirm whether he had personally reviewed all of the Epstein files. Patel admitted that he had not. He defended this by explaining that his day-to-day duties as director were focused on ensuring public safety, reducing violent crime, addressing drug trafficking, and combating the exploitation of children. Swalwell, however, countered that such a major case demanded the director's direct attention and accused Patel of negligence. The questioning then zeroed in on former President Donald Trump's possible connections to the Epstein case. Swalwell asked Patel how many times Trump's name appeared in the Epstein files. Patel declined to provide any number, saying that the FBI had only released credible and lawfully releasable information, and that revealing or characterizing names outside those limits would be improper. Swalwell pressed him repeatedly, speculating that Trump's name could appear hundreds or even thousands of times. Patel dismissed those estimates as misleading and insisted that numbers alone did not equate to culpability. The exchange quickly grew contentious. When Swalwell accused Patel of dodging the question, Patel fired back, saying his role was to protect the safety and security of this country rather than to engage in political innuendo that could be used for fundraising or media clips. He accused Swalwell of misrepresenting the FBI's work and using the issue for political theater, prompting the congressman to reclaim his time multiple times amid the crosstalk. Swalwell then asked whether Patel had ever informed the Attorney General that Trump's name appeared in the Epstein files. Patel answered evasively at first, saying that he and the Attorney General had held numerous discussions about the overall Epstein case. After being pressed to give a direct yes or no answer, Patel finally responded, "No." Swalwell followed up by asking whether Patel had ever spoken directly with Donald Trump about the Epstein investigation, to which Patel replied that he had not. He further stated that Trump had never acted as an FBI informant in any capacity related to Epstein. Citing a federal court ruling by Judge Richard Berman, Swalwell noted that the court had acknowledged the Department of Justice possessed more extensive Epstein-related information than what was found in the official grand jury transcripts. He accused the FBI of playing a shell game by claiming legal restrictions prevented full transparency, implying the Bureau could be using procedural excuses to protect powerful individuals. Patel stood firm, asserting that the Bureau had complied fully with court orders and released all credible information it was lawfully permitted to share. The tone of the hearing took another sharp turn when Swalwell brought up Patel's controversial book, Government Gangsters. In the book, Patel had named 20 people whom he accused of being part of entrenched bureaucratic corruption, among them Swalwell himself. With visible irritation, Swalwell asked whether Patel would recuse himself from any FBI decisions or investigations involving those individuals, given his public hostility toward them. Patel refused, saying he would not step aside from doing his duty and that anyone disciplined or terminated under his leadership had failed to meet constitutional or ethical obligations. The back and forth became increasingly personal. Patel criticized Swalwell's conduct and career in Congress, calling it a disgrace to the American people, while Swalwell objected to what he described as an inappropriate attack by a government witness. Other members of the committee intervened briefly to restore order, granting Swalwell an extra 20 seconds to conclude his questioning. He used that time to repeat his demand for Patel's recusal, to which Patel once again answered, "No." The hearing concluded without new disclosures about the Epstein files, but the confrontation highlighted deep partisan divisions over transparency, power, and trust in federal law enforcement. Swalwell's persistent questioning underscored a Democratic concern that politically sensitive information may be selectively concealed, while Patel's defiant stance reflected a broader Republican defense of the FBI's discretion and independence. The exchange encapsulated the broader tension between congressional oversight and executive authority, a clash that continues to shape public debates about accountability at the highest levels of government.